Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is. I'm glad you're here. So I am going to show you another type of like foldy pocket thing that I like to use in my journals. So I have a finished one here. I should have grabbed a journal to show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is just one of my little simple journals. Unadulterated, undecorated, fun little mushrooms. Clearly this is not the style that would be going into this journal. So this is literally, it's three folds to make these guys. But they're super fun in that you could put them on a page like this, make a tuck spot on this side. You could put them on the edge of a page like this as well, but they flip open and you could tuck them either way. So you could put it this way with this on the outside. So basically they're pretty versatile little pockets that can be used for extra journaling space, but also clearly a pocket here. So we could put a tag or something like that in there, but you can glue them down. Lots of different ways that you could use them, or they could be a free floating style thing. This one I just decorated a little bit with kind of like an ocean theme that I had because I was inspired by the paper. This is a taxonomy book. This was from a taxonomy book, and the page that I had torn out had shells on it. So I thought, oh, you know what? Why don't I just decorate it to match? So, I mean, the colors on this look really nice too. So you could even center it, decorate more, lots to do. I just added a little scrappy notebook here, just with some scraps that I had. So let me show you how I make these guys, and then we'll see if we got some time to decorate one too, because I want to try and do these a little faster. So here's what I do with a lot of my pockets. And for those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that I basically do a whole bunch of batch blank things that I can decorate later on to match my books. So these are all the same style. They're just folded in different ways, and they're from a plant gardening book. I don't know. I don't remember what kind of gardening book. It has completely been used up at this point. And this is the last bit that I have of it, but there's roses. I think it was a rose gardening book. So I like these big images that you open up to, and then you find little secret beautiful things, and then I can decorate the edge, turn them into pockets, put some extra journaling space, maybe leave the blank space and just decorate where the text is, things like that. So there's lots of options that you can do with these guys. They can fold different ways. I like using larger images quite often when I'm putting them into my journals, like this. Lots of blank background space to kind of play with and decorate, or just leave it as is and just decorate more of the text spots, things like that. The other thing that you can do too is if you decide your journals, you made some of these, your journal's a different size, you can cut them down so they can be shorter. And I will do that, and I have done that to have them fit into my journal. So I like to make them a little bit big, and then I can always cut them down, and then I just glue off the bottom again if I need to. So that's kind of an example. Those are all botanical ones that I've done. And then I was perusing my books to kind of see what kind of things I would want to use, and I had an art book. So this is from an art book, The Modern World, and I pulled off the flyleaf page because now look at this. Perfect journaling spot here if you want to have more writing space in your journal, nice big pocket. And then this fun background that you can just do whatever with and give a fun spot for creativity. So that just might go into a journal plain for whoever gets the journal to be able to do something fun with. And then here's another example. So while the imagery isn't fantastic, because this is also from that art book, But what we can do is, if you think about it, now we have a fun background. So you can, I'm just gonna grab a couple things. So you could add some different things on here. This purple actually looks nice. I'm just grabbing from my scraps here. So we can start, see how that changes everything just by adding some different elements. So you have fun background to play with, and it's covering up whatever weird image might be there. So sometimes it's not about looking at what's there, it's about what you can use to make it into what you want. Because that's what we have to do as junk journalists. We use what we have and make it work. So this had great colors and had some like really interesting design, but I'm like, ooh, that image is not great. But once we start doing things like this, completely changes what it is. So even on this side, you can see I'm covering up something because there's a butt there. And I don't want anybody to be offended. But yeah, so now we can't really see what that image is either, just by doing that. And we still have this interesting texture that's happening on here too. So this is actually good colors. I might leave this stuff with this to decorate this one later. Okay, so that is gonna go there. So I got some books to show you guys some options. So this is just a big plant book, and you can decide what type of pages you want. I don't mind using glossy in my journals. I think it gives a different kind of texture. I don't do it like all over, but if I'm doing like some magazine pages, things like that, they're gonna be glossy. You can always tone them down with a little bit of clear gesso or some matte medium, some different things like that to kind of tone down the shiny. But I really don't mind it. It's kind of personal preference. So I will take these kind of big pages like this, because this is going to give us lots of fun background to work with later on. Of course, you can use text, and I'll get into that when I show some of the other books that I've picked. So let's just grab a couple of these. And with these books, I just tear the pages out. So I kind of break the spine a little bit. And I have already used this book for a few things. Okay, so we're just gonna grab this one for now and then set that off to the side. So that's one option. Now here's that taxonomy book that I had. So this kind of stuff is gonna be really cool background images too, if you're using it for things. So let's get to something a little more fun. So there's fish in here. Let's see. Some things that people might not be fond of. Water critters, snails. Let's just grab another shell one. See, this is really pretty too. And so is this one. So let's grab another shell one here. Clams. Okay. And of course, text is nice. So there's a clam one with shells. Coloring book. Here's another option, coloring book. You can sometimes get these at thrift stores, a bundle of them, things like that, for next to nothing. These are all about the same size. So that's gonna give you plenty of blank space to work with. So I'm just gonna pull one of these guys out of here too. You can cut them if you would prefer. And then I have this. Okay, so this is the Onion. So this stuff isn't real. So if you see something on here, don't be alarmed. This is from the Onion. It was a book that I grabbed at a secondhand shop because it looks like newspaper. It's not newspaper. It coffee dyes and eco dyes really nice. And so I've been slowly using up this book. But it also, because it looks like newspaper, it's great for doing things like this. I've used this to make a lot of different types of pockets because it gives a good base. So we'll grab one of those, and then different sizes. So I like to normally use big ones, but I have an example of a smaller size here. So this is from a cookbook. So it's a little bit smaller, like so. So I'm just gonna grab one of these guys too. I kind of wanted to leave the edge. Don't want to do that. Let's grab from the back. This one is pretty much torn, so that's going to become something else. I don't want to tear off the edge of it I guess this is one of those that I need to do that with at some point. So sometimes when I get one of these, I will take the whole thing apart and start using it for all my things. I think part of this is torn already, but we'll see. So you can scoot out a couple pages at a time too if you don't want it to tear, because this is that style of binding that you can like pull the little tines out. I'm sure there's a faster way to do it if you just want to grab a page or two, but this works. So grab some paper and let's, oh, okay, so this is my other, see what I do? This is what happens when I have flowers and things like that in a book that's handy. I will just throw flowers in them. So here we go. I have some flowers. These are called kitten pups, actually, and they're from my yard. Interesting. Okay, let me set you guys over there. Do I have any other friends in here? I sure do. Here. Okay. Hey, surprises today. So I had put some pressed flowers in here to press. Look at the fun marks they left too. Huh. And if I have any more. Yep, sure do. Okay, I'll have to handle that later. This is like a fun surprise day. Fun surprises. Love that for us. Good job, us. Good job, past me. There's probably more in here. Yep, there sure is. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I did not realize I'd put those in there. That happens. Hee hee. Okay, let me put you guys over here. So, there's a flower petal. Put you there. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let me show you one of these big guys so you can see it easily. So I like to look and see what I got going on. And then these can go either direction. So basically, you're going to fold them in thirds. And this is the other fun thing with these guys. Once you've made a couple, you can start making some variations on how you want to use them, which I like to do with just about every pocket that I make. So now we're in thirds. And now we want to decide where our pocket is going to be. And I'm going to do the pocket up here. So this becomes like a little folder. And then another thing you could do is you could put like a little tab on the side of this if you want it to open that way. If you have a big journal, they can go in sideways and open up this way. Lots of variations that you can do with just this basic fold idea. So now we're going to take a little glue. I'm going to glue this flap down. So this gets glued down on the inside. So we have a nice sturdy spot to tuck whatever we want to put in the pocket. I like to make sure that that inside edge is really stuck down so that nothing's going to catch on it when we slide things into the pocket, especially if you have some embellishments on your pockets. Now, because I mass make, I don't always ink things ahead of time, but this would be a good time to ink if you want to have some of your edges inked that are going to be harder to do later on. But I'm not worried about that right now. Now, since we're making a pocket, I'm taking a bead of glue down the side and across the bottom. And that is essentially it. It is not a difficult pocket to make, but once again, these guys are super versatile and you can do bunches of stuff with them. So that one is done. So now let's do another one. Okay, here is our mandala. So same thing, 3. Oh, I have 2 pieces of paper here. So folding it in thirds again. So I'm just lining it up to get roughly thirds, and you can make everything nice and straight. There's one, and then here's our other side, like so. And so this one is opening the opposite direction. So you can see already we're starting to get some differences in what we are doing. And now, next thing. So these are great, especially this one, because it's blank on the back already. So now we gave whoever's getting this journal extra writing space. If that's crucial to what you're doing, you want lots of writing space. If you don't, that's fine too. It just depends on the type of journals that you like and that you make, or for the person that you're making them for. I can go both ways, but I like to junk it up. I like lots of stuff. So that is there, that is there. Now we can just glue the bottom and then leave this more open, or we can glue the whole thing again. So that is what I'm going to do. So now once again, we have a simple base that we could use for just about any style journal that we're making. Okay, so I'm gonna step this one up a little bit. So now, see, that's so pretty. You could even line it up so it's centered. I don't mind that it's not. Now, we're gonna jazz it up just a little bit. So, one thing that you can do to just give these guys a little bit more flair, round your corners. It's sometimes that really simple stuff that can make a massive difference in how something looks, and it's crazy. So now we have this. So already, just by doing that, we've kind of stepped it up just a little bit and made it look a little bit more polished. Really depends on the type of journal you're making. It depends on what you want to do. If you don't have a corner rounder, you can use a scissors and just round off those corners a little bit. Okay, so that base is done. So now I showed you one other way that we can step it up. Let's do this shell one. So all of these pretty shells, so pretty. Okay, I gotta think about how I wanna fold it, because I wanna keep those as much intact as possible. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I think that'll work pretty good. Yes, okay. So we're keeping them pretty good. The other thing I didn't really talk about is talking about some paper, and maybe that's like a full thing to talk and discuss paper at some point, and how things fold, how they like to be folded, I should say. And in addition to that, how to put some different types of papers in your journal, because some don't like to fold. They just don't. We're gonna fold this one, I think. And I'm gonna do this one like this. So I'm folding this and I'm gonna leave it on the outside, like so, because now we're gonna have an extra tuck spot. So just one tiny difference, and we added another pocket or a little spot to tuck a little fun treasure. Cute little shell card or something like that to go with this. Okay, so we folded that way. I'm just gonna round the bottoms of this one. So I'm gonna round it down here and down here and leave the top because I like this. So that is fun that way. You know what? Let's do this. Let's round just this corner. Just that little bit. Okay, so then we could ink it, we can do a bunch, and then we open it up. We can have tuck here, tuck there, okay? And our glossy page. So same thing. Let's see, I'm trying to think if I've done a bunch of the versions that I normally do. Okay, we're gonna fold this one still in thirds, but we're gonna do it slightly differently. I'm just gonna use this to measure, like so. So in, a little further. Okay. And now, what did I want? I had a moment where I was thinking this. So now we're gonna go reverse. So I am folding this one more accordion style. So it's still the same thing, 3 folds, but now we can have it like this. So you can have it like this to flip down this way. We could put it this way to flip up. And that's probably how I would put this one in a book. And then we're gonna put the pocket on this side. So just by changing your orientation, we can make a completely different pocket. And sometimes when I'm looking back at some of my past journals that I've given to people, or even ones that I have that are waiting to be sold, ones that are ready to go to market, my farmer's market, I'll look back and be like, how did I make that pocket? I don't remember making that pocket. And then I have to look at it and be like, oh, I modified this thing. That happens. So now we have a little pocket here, and this is a nice long tall pocket. If we just glue it here, we have this whole thing, and that's what I think I'm going to do with this one. I'm just going to glue the bottom down here because I really like this imagery on this clematis that's climbing. And then we can tuck something larger in here, and this could be placed at the bottom of a page like that. I should make sure I'm in frame. So we can put it at the bottom of our book, and then it opens up and we have room to put something larger. You could also put it on the side. People can turn their books to look at the pages, or if you don't care what orientation it is, put it in upside down. Who cares? It's just paper, playing around, having fun. So there you go. Should we decorate one of these guys or what? There's my pin. So basics, 3 folds, fold it in thirds in some way, fold the corner down, whichever way you want. That's pretty much it. There's not really, oh look, and we have a bunch of writing space right here. Okay, let's decorate this one. Sold, I'm in. Okay, I'm gonna round the corners because I feel like that's the theme of the day at this point. So let's round it and round it. Is it going to be weird because they're torn? You can also not tear them out of your books. You can cut them, or you can trim them down with a paper cutter afterward too. I had glue on there, so now it wants to stick. Come on, friend. What are you doing? There we go. Okay, so now this is what it looks like with those rounded corners. And I'm not going to do much. Maybe okay, I have an idea. A little piece of washi goes a long way sometimes. Let me grab some of my washi here. I know I've got some more like botanical type stuff. Or even Okay, that's not botanical. Okay, perfect. Let's use these guys. Oh, butterflies. Let's do it. Let's do some butterflies. Oh, music and butterflies. Come here, you. So let's just, what do we want to do here? Let's line this pocket a little bit right here, like so. And I'm gonna just put a little bit here and there. Okay, and so we're gonna leave this, oh, how was I gonna put this in the book again? This way and fold up. So we don't need to decorate this side at all, but if we did, yeah, I guess that's fine. I guess that's what we're doing. That's what we're going today. So let's see, we got some butterfly here. Let's put a little bit under here because we have this gorgeous little spot, and that'll be fun. I like to put things where you don't see them right away, especially if you put something in your pocket. And does this match? It's a little bit too, I got a flower or something. Oh, this pretty leaf. Let's put this leaf like so, maybe. Or let's put it like this. Like that. Oh yeah, let's do that. And then let's tuck a little flower like that. Just a little bit of fun. And then maybe if I find a butterfly or something, I can add it on later. Or, you know, if you have a bunch of those pre-made clusters, now would be the perfect time to use those. I'm going to show you another little quick trick with die cuts. Okay, hopefully this will show up. So here's our die cut, right? If you haven't done this before, you should try it. So I'm just going to put some lines on it to make it look more like a leaf. So I am just taking the edge of my bone folder. You could even use a pencil, then you're going to put lines in that way. So there, look at that, big difference. Now I added a little extra texture to that guy. And now if we ink it, grab my dauber. So if we take this and just hit the edges, like that. Okay, I'm just gonna glue it and get to it. If you hear some stuff, I think my partner came in and getting some stuff out of the fridge. All right, then this guy, we could add a little something to this too. We could do the same thing. Let's make some petal lines, just a little bit here. And then these kind of flowers, oh, now I'm not gonna be able to put it in that pocket if I do this. That's fine. You know what? That's totally fine. Rumple it up a little bit. We'll put it on the other side. It's fine. Maybe I'll put a big, see if I can find a butterfly to put in that pocket instead. Now I'm gonna put a little brad on there. Okay, that's super cute. Super duper cute. Let's use one of these sticky dots just for funsies. Oh, for Pete. There we go. Okay. And we still need a little something in that pocket. How about we just do something more flat? Let's do one of these friends. It's a big yellow one. Oh, I just thought of something too that would work really good. Where's my scissors? I have these. There you go. I'm gonna put one of these because I want really flat stuff in there, but now because I already put that butterfly thing in there, I need something a little bit different. So this is just another sticker. I have like a little bin that I keep on my desk of little random stuff that I would like to use up at some point because I've had it for a while and it needs to move along. I know we put that other washi on and then we put this on and then we put that on. It's fine. There. Not the most exciting thing I've ever decorated, but I kind of was doing it a little fast. It's still cute. But then if you look at it, you'll be putting something in here, you pull something out, and then you're like, oh, cute butterfly. So there you go. So there we have it, guys. We decorated one. I showed you how to fold, some different options. Talked about some books a little bit. Okay, yeah, I think that's about it. Have fun with these. Do some stuff. I didn't ink the edges on that one. I don't know if I will. Let me see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I'll ink the edges, at least on the white parts. Classic Nancy. I'm done. Oh wait, let's put ink on it. Dun dun dun. Classic, classic. All right, guys, you have a great day. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all that jazz. Leave me a question if you have any. I'd love to hear from you. I like reading your comments. I try and get to all of them. So, all right, have a great day. Don't forget, art with your heart.